Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event, the fight of the night. Eddie Hearn, for and on behalf of Matchroom Sport, proudly presents The World Awaits 12 rounds of boxing, an eliminator for the #1 spot and the mandatory challenger for the IBF Super Featherweight Championship of the World. Ladies and gentlemen, we're all sponsored by 888 Sport, StubHub, Scott's Menswear, and WeBuyAnyHouse.com. And a very special welcome to the viewers joining us live here on Sky Sports. You've joined us in the great city of Liverpool. All the officials have been appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control in association with the IBF. Their supervisor from the USA is Lou Pryluka. Steward in charge on the British Boxing Board of Control is Alistair Hayes. Our Chief Inspector Robin Smith has appointed Barry Coulson and Richard Thomas as the inspectors work in the red and blue corner. Our timekeeper at the bell is Andy East. And our 3 scoring judges from England, Steve Gray, from the USA, George Hill, and from Canada, Sylvain Leblanc. When the action begins and the bell rings, the man in charge, the man in the middle, is Mr. Marcus McDonough of Twickenham, England. And now, ladies and gentlemen, away we go. Introducing to you, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the grey trunks trimmed with white and silver, weighed in at 9 stone, 3 pounds 1 ounce, 41 fight record, 37 wins, 19 inside the scheduled distance, 3 defeats and 1 draw. The former European Super Featherweight champion and world title challenger from Conchi, Italy. Please welcome, Devis, Boschiero. And across the ring, here we go. Fighting out of the blue corner. 9 stone, 4 pounds and a 23 fight record, 22 wins, 12 inside. The scheduled distance of 1 defeat. He comes to the ring as a former British and Commonwealth featherweight champion, and a former British Super Featherweight champion, part of the amazing Smith family from Liverpool, England, Stephen Smith. So let's get the action underway then. 12 rounds of boxing for the eliminator for the #1 spot for the IBF Super Featherweight Championship of the World.
Right, boys, you both know the rules of boxing. Don't explain to you. One thing I will say, obey my instructions at all times. Watch your heads, keep it clean. Any questions? Let's go to work.
Well, what a night for Stephen Smith. But at least he's got an opponent in the other corner that won't bring any surprises. Devis Boschiero is a what you see, what you get type. Can Smith deal with what you get from Devis Boschiero?
Round 1.
We're about to find out. Massive night this for Stephen Smith. So much riding on it, and the knowledge that maybe an opportunity doesn't come again if this one slips. Boschiero probably in the same boat at 34. He's had his chances, and Boschiero looking to double up to the body. Physically looks very strong and intimidating, Boschiero.
Good chopping,
him off already.
A little chopping right hand you threw there just on the call to break. It was legal, but it was a vicious looking body shot just before that. So he certainly looks powerful enough. I mean, when you're expecting a long, hard night, it's nice if you can get a couple of the early rounds in the bank without exerting yourself too much. Not caught napping there with his defences. Smith there.
He's looking to target the body here, Stephen Smith. Talking to him earlier this week, he was saying he thinks that there might be a bit of vulnerability there around the Italian's midsection. Of course, he's leaving himself open to counters when he does go downstairs. And interesting who they brought in for training. Another great body shot there from Smith. They brought in Viorel Simeon, the Romanian. You might remember him, who gave Lee Selby a very, very tough night. Very similar style. Had 2 weeks with him. It was invaluable.
That's what we want from Smith. Nice little bursts of punches. Don't stay in there, then get some movement, get the jab out at long range, and another little burst again. You don't want to be fighting this guy for 3 minutes of every round. We don't know how strong, what his stamina is like. But his reputation's bigger. Good stuff again from Smith. This is a terrific start from him.
Yeah, he's really set the stall out with the body punches here, Smith, hasn't he?
I think Boschiero is a man, you have to put him in his place early or he'll swarm all over you. You have to hurt him. And I think Smith's done that already to the body. He's winding up a lot of big punches, Boschiero, and missing with that left hook. He wants to make an early impression. He's lost away from home.
And he's got a loose bootlace as well.
So he probably feels he has to do a little bit more because he's boxing abroad. Good stuff again from Smith, just slipping out of range. Boschiero struggling to find the range. Even up close, he's not finding the rib cage.
I also feel in the Smith camp that he kind of lunges in a little bit when he throws the right hands. Boschiero might be vulnerable to counters straight up the middle. But at the moment, he's certainly vulnerable to body shots, and Smith is targeting that midsection, continuing to do so. If there's a Smith brother in the ring, the rest of them won't be far away. Yeah, the gang's all here.
That was the start you wanted. The body shots, that'll knock some of the steam out of this guy. Accurate.
Seconds
You
out.
can see he's
Round
tough,
two.
he's determined. So you want to meet him with solid punches.
It's early days, Jim, but one of the concerns I think some people had was how sharp would Stephen Smith be. He had that kidney stone problem at the back end of last year. He had those 6 and 8 rounders where he really was just keeping warm, got that cut. You just wondered how sharp and on it he would be. The early indications very encouraging.
You know, he's been a little bit smart up close at Smith. He's nullifying, you know, he's not exchanging punches up close. He's trying to nullify. Now and again, he's getting a little bit untidy. The referee had a chat with him then.
Boschiero at the moment is really struggling with his accuracy. You alluded to it in the first round, Jim, that he's really loading up, but his timing's not there at the moment.
I think he likes the left hook. That's what he seems to be pinning all his hopes on, and he's just letting it go there.
He's up early.
My legs are gone. Will he recover from this? I don't think so.
And he's got 2 minutes to try and get through here. Now, can Smith get the job finished here? The legs have turned to rubber. Smith all over him. Down he goes again. He's in terrible trouble here, Boschiero. Hasn't recovered from that big right hand. Now, has the head cleared yet? Can Smith pick him off once more? What a story this would be. More body work coming in. Misses with the big right hand, though, Smith this time. Now, can Boschiero get through this crisis?
Smith still has plenty of time. He can take his time, but the main thing is he knows he can finish this fight with one punch. He's proved that. Boschiero did well, getting back up the floor from that. That was a finisher.
But he's still not quite there, Boschiero. He's there for the taking. Can Smith put the exclamation mark on this one right here? Boschiero clinging on, desperately trying to get through this round if he can. But every time he lands cleanly, he's hurt. And Smith giving him no respite.
Well, this is a huge round for Smith. And he sent the message loud and clear. Boschiero maybe got a little bit of the strength coming back in the legs, but he's knocked onto his heels again.
And he keeps catching these right hands. And then the body shots as well. Smith continues to pick intelligent shots. He is trying to fire back Boschiero, and you've got to give him a lot of credit for getting through this round.
A lovely body shot as well from Smith. This is a round that has taken a lot out of Boschiero.
He looks absolutely shattered as he goes back to his corner there. What a right hand from Stephen Smith.
Well, I think Boschiero showed his toughness here, because he won't catch anyone. That was just as perfect as the punch that finished Gary Buckland. That one wasn't an uppercut, but the punch was just as perfect. Look at that, bang, bang on the chin. That would finish most guys. That lets you know you're up at world level, the fact that he's up there and can find his way back into the fight again towards the end of the round. This guy's tough, but I think that has taken so much out of him, and what it has done to his confidence, I can only imagine. An amazing round from Stephen Smith.
He did incredibly well just to get through this, Boschiero. He was just bowled over in the accumulation of punches, really, for the second knockdown. But he's had a minute's rest. But he's a long, long way behind already here, Boschiero, and he knows he can be caught, he knows he can be hurt, and so does Smith. And Boschiero obviously coming out with the attitude of throw some bombs and see if something can land. And that's been his problem so far at the moment. His accuracy, his timing are just not right. And now on a telling off for a low one. Just cannot get going here at all, Boschiero.
See, I think he's been throwing hard punches, you know, setting himself up, and Smith can see them coming and he's dealing with them. But the one that Smith pulled out of the bag, nobody saw that coming. It was a peach.
Taking his time here, Smith, just re-establishing the jab once again, looking to set up another one of those right hands. Very crude with the left hook there, Boschiero. And again, another crude attack from the veteran Italian that Smith saw coming. Got through there with a right hand, Boschiero. And Smith on the ropes, but the Liverpool man responding well.
Well, he seems to have thrown the effects anyway. That shows that he's in terrific shape and naturally tough as well. But he's not hard to hit. And he's pretty straightforward in what he's doing. So Smith quite happy in there. And
there's some damage around the left eye of Boschiero as well. That's swelling up.
Stop boxing, break, step away, box.
That's where he took that right hand again. Smith sharp and fast, straight on him. Little jolting straight jab down the middle. Boschiero not blocking many of these at all.
I think Smith just looks so much bigger than Boschiero. You look at the width of the shoulders, and he's bossing him in there. Again, Boschiero showing what he's throwing and not coming close.
Stop boxing. Break, step back.
Boschiero trying to think his way in a little bit more here, but still just being beaten to the punch time after time. Smith just cruising along at the moment. There he comes again, Boschiero, but it's crude, and Smith has dealt with that easily again.
Smith had to grab hold there. Nice little left hook landed there, but Smith dealt with it correctly.
And when you unload, keep it back, hands up, bring it back to your head. Yeah? So cool.
Yep, a happy corner there. And a nice little left hook there. Boschiero, but that's where Stephen smothered up, grabbed hold, then back down to business again. Boxing smartly.
Seconds out, round 4.
So far, whenever Boschiero has put one of his assaults together, as you say, Chip, Smith is dealing with it.
Yeah, and he's picking his moments, you know, when to let his own punches go. Really, that's smart stuff. I think that left eye of Boschiero's getting worse as well.
Yeah, that really is swelling up. But he's regrouped very well here, the Italian. After being very close to going out, surviving that round somehow, but he's very, very crude. He's loading up.
Eyes almost closed,
yeah,
I
you
think.
can hardly see out of that.
I mean, that is worse than a cut. If that eye closes up, I think the referee could well be stepping in here. I don't think he can see out of that left eye at all.
We're not quite in Enzo Maccarinelli territory with that eye yet. That was one of the worst swellings you've ever seen. It really was, and it is getting close though. That eye is just ballooning up. And Smith just can't miss him at the moment.
He looks as though the fight's been knocked out of him, Boschiero. He looks as though all the ambition he brought with him.
Backing up, just swinging hopelessly in there at the moment. And it's too easy for Smith. It's just target practice. Boschiero just being kept up by courage and then just drops down. He's got absolutely nothing left. Down 3 times. Virtually sightless in his left eye now. How much more has he got left?
The fight's been knocked out of him. That was the signs about 20 seconds ago, that he just didn't want to be there anymore. I just think he feels that Smith is too big for him. I mean, to me, he looks a different weight division. He looks huge. And these powerful punches he's letting go.
And he's ready to go here, Boschiero. Less and less coming back from him. Still a minute to go in this 4th round. And Marcus McDonald is going to get that eye checked over because it's now virtually completely closed.
Referees don't usually bring a doctor up for an eye that's closed. Usually it's a cut. It's not that often, usually the referee would decide, no, I can't see out of that. Allowing him to continue, yes, we're okay. But the thing is, I don't think Boschiero wants to be there, Nick.
No, he just glanced over to his corner there. Well, he's going to have to produce something very special here, Devis Boschiero, because he has been outgunned comprehensively here so far.
And that little half step back that Smith's using when Boschiero comes forward and then thumping in the punches, there it goes.
There we go again.
Lovely boxing from Smith.
Again, missing horribly with his right hand lead there, Boschiero. I just think all Smith's got to do is keep that concentration, because he does bang, Boschiero, but keep the focus. Surely this is going to end sooner rather than later.
Now, Boschiero's achieved nothing whatsoever in this round. He's still in there, still trying to come forward, but producing nothing.
Well, it's been a night of disaster so far. 10-7 round and a 10-8 round. One eye badly damaged. But even when he was fresh, his timing was just all over the place, and it's Matador and Bull time, this.
Yeah, I mean, some of the uppercuts he's been forced to take, real sickening punches, and when things are already going wrong for you, it just knocks all of the ambition out of you, and that's what Boschiero looks like to me, a man who's had the ambition and the desire knocked out of him. I mean, that wasn't a knockdown. The only way he could get away from the punches was to go to the floor. That punch missed, so did that. Pushed, and down he goes for safety.
Round 5.
Well, you get long odds on Boschiero right now, because he has been all at sea. So just a reminder, he's only been stopped, he's only been beaten in very, very high company. World title fights, European title fights, and in those 3 defeats, he wasn't stopped.
Well, there looks a bit of desire back in again. We'll see.
And again, Smith picking a clever little right hand round the back of the guard.
I think he's just trying to leech on to Smith for safety. I think he feels safer up close than he does at long range. And I can agree with him there, just becoming a little bit messy now. Smith has to give himself room to work, step back, let the punches go at long range, a little bit like that.
Boschiero, you're right, he's trying to get his chest right onto Stephen Smith. Just stay there. Damage limitation now for the Italian. Got a right hand through, then a left. You see the big swinging, all or nothing punches from Boschiero, and a couple got through there.
Well, he needs a bit of success to give him a reason to hang on in there. He's given a real go here. This is the second Boschiero from the one we saw in the previous round. Maybe time for another one of those body shots from Smith.
Yeah, that's on a low one. That's Marcus McDonald is quite correct in picking that one up. Straighten up with that jab again. Smith going to work with the jab to just try and keep this fella at bay.
Let go, step away. Step away.
He's a gritty character, though. That was just a stumble. The feet got tangled up together, but he's showing some real courage here, Boschiero, to still be in there swinging in this fifth round, having been comprehensively outboxed. And Smith going to work with the body shots again, and he felt that one, Boschiero, that left hook, backing up again. Smith looking for the uppercut.
See, Smith has all the punches, and the uppercut is the one that's going to do the damage. He's been in charge, really, right from the off. But full credit to Boschiero for the effort he's made in this round. I thought he was out of it.
Still standing, Boschiero, but that's all you can say for him after 5 one-sided rounds. They are doing everything they can to breathe some life into this man. Well, what a night it's been for him.
I sometimes think you're better just leaving an eye, a swollen eye, alone. Now you can do more damage pressing on it. You can still see the eye blinking, so he still has some vision in it.
The job not finished yet, though, for Stephen Smith. Devis Boschiero is still there. And lands a right hand. And then tries to rough Smith up.
If Boschiero finds a little bit of confidence, he may be a different animal altogether. That was a thumping right hand to get through with. But he badly needs something to give him that confidence. Smith holding with one hand and punching with the other, referee leaving him to that.
Boschiero looking to try and take one to get inside and land one of his own. What else can he do at this point? He's not winning this one on points. He's just got to go for it.
And the thing too, I mean, Smith is doing everything at his own pace. So it's not as though he's been under pressure. He's going to struggle with the pace. He's controlling the pace, and he's just looking so comfortable at the moment. Yeah, Boschiero punching round the back of the head.
Yet another telling off. Another right hand getting round the back of the guard from Smith. Very impressed with Smith's accuracy and his economy tonight. Hasn't wasted much at all.
Yeah, and again, Boschiero trying to leech on to Smith. He just feels safer up close, I think.
Well, he does come swinging in still, Boschiero. If he does land clean. Caught him again, turned him around.
Right, let go.
Marcus McDonald's doing a good job of this fight because...
Wicked body shot, and that might be it. The gum shield's come out. That left to the body was a sickener. Somehow he's up at 7, but the gum shield's gone. This is one brave, tough man. He's looking at the gum shield. And he's a veteran as well. But he's been waved on without the gum shield.
Just a little clever ploy, I think that.
No resistance. Surely that will be it. That is that. What a win. Stephen Smith, next stop, world title.
Yeah, you want to win a final eliminator with a world-class performance, and that's exactly what that was. Boschiero comes here with a proven reputation. He's only been beaten at the top level, but he was totally dismantled tonight. Stephen Smith was world-class from start to finish. The accuracy, the tactics, the way he went about the job, everything about him. And I just thought he looks massive at the weight as well. You would have to give him a chance against anybody after that performance tonight. Really top-class, world-class performance.
And just remember, a very, very brave and determined opponent who had never been stopped. Smith broke him into bits. And Boschiero is in tears as he goes back to his corner, absolutely devastated.
Yeah, but I don't think he ever believed that this kind of thing could happen to him. You know, he's mixed in the best company, he's lost a couple of fights, but never been stopped, never come close to being stopped, and he's just been totally dominated. I just don't think he could believe anyone could do that to him, and did it more than once as well. Then up he gets, spits the gum shield out, a little bit clever there. He thought he would buy some time. The referee, Marcus McDonald, was quite right to wave box on, because you have to pick a break in the action to replace a gum shield, and then a couple of seconds later the same shot landed and it was over. I think that's the first one we're seeing again here with the gum shield out. Yep, and he goes, bang, the same shot again. Thank you, don't want 3 of those, 2 is more than enough.
Don't know how he got up from the first one, but the end was inevitable then. Well, Stephen had said he thought he was vulnerable to body shots. Well, he was getting hit with sledgehammers tonight, Boschiero. And celebration time, and a lot of frustration gone for Stephen Smith. The waiting, you would think, over. He's on deck to face the winner of Jose Pedraza, who defends his title against Edner Cherry next month.
And I hope that is the next fight up for Stephen Smith. We don't want any more little tool sharpeners. He's flying at the moment, and you want to take a performance like that into a world title challenge. Couldn't have done the job any better. Perfect performance. Didn't take any silly punches. Got the job done with a minimum of fuss. Excellent.
Really was. Look at that. They got their preparation spot on, bringing VRL Simeon in, the Romanian, as a sparring partner. What a good move that was. They also used Andy Townend, the English champion, who's a big puncher. They got that right. Smith then delivered. He knew where the weaknesses were, and he knew how big a night this was, and he's made it without question the biggest night of his career, the biggest win of his career, in the same ring where he suffered his only defeat. That shock at the time 4 years ago against Lee Selby. Those ghosts have been completely exercised, and Stephen Smith can now plan, we hope, for a world title shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, timekeeper Andy East has recorded a time of 2 minutes and 45 seconds of the 6th round. Referee Marcus McDonald has stopped the contest. Boschiero in no position to continue, therefore your winner and the mandatory challenger for the IBF Super Featherweight Championship of the world goes to Liverpool Swifty Stephen Smith.
A very, very special night indeed for one of the good guys of British boxing. Spare a thought for Devis Boschiero, who showed tremendous courage, and you can see what it meant to him then as he leaves this ring in tears. Smith just too good for him tonight. A world-class performance. Well, we'll have some bonus action for you a little bit later on as we catch a couple of Manchester prospects. Zelfa Barrett, the nephew of Pat Barrett, and what a fighter he was. If Zelfa's half as good as Pat, watch out. He's up against Christian Late. And Hosea Burton against Elvis Doob. That's all still to come from the Olympia this evening, but we need to hear now from the victorious Stephen Smith with Ed Robinson.